Welcome back.
Speaking of duct tape.
Yes.
Do we need to duct tape your mouth?
We could.
I think he says I talk too much. I don't know.
No, we have equal opportunity talking here. So it's your turn to...
Well, I want to mention to people, before we come to our next guest, that if you are interested in being a guest on this show...
This show?
On this show, then you may contact our office at 741-4891 and talk to Judy, or shoot an email to Judy at K26TV, or you can visit the website at K26TV.com, and I don't know, there's probably a place there to comment something.
There's a contact, a little button there that you can contact us. And
we're at
talk
400
to us.
South Sycamore over in Woodland Heights.
Mm-hmm.
Stop by.
Up from the Harrison Park.
Exactly, in the old school administration building.
Mm-hmm.
So
used to be a hospital here too.
Exactly.
Used to be a lot of things. Now it's a television production studio.
Judy's always, I'm sure, interested in hearing from people that are interested in being on the show, or think that they may have a good person to nominate, if you will.
Sure.
So,
sure. Right.
There you go. Next up, we are all excited. Mike Neighbors is here, owner of Neighbors Mill. They are celebrating your 10-year anniversary. And tell us sum up that 10 years. You know, I mean, tell us a little bit about how it's changed and what's going on.
Okay. Well, it has gone fast, very fast.
It has gone, or it has not?
It has, yeah. Okay. I mean, in some respects, it seems like a lifetime, but mostly it seems like just yesterday that we opened. And we still got several of our original staff, and we've learned a lot over the years, but we're basically doing the same thing. We're baking lots more bread than we did when we started, and serving a lot more people, which is a good thing.
But you did bake to start with.
Yeah.
You just have expanded on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. We started baking. We always had our made from scratch handcrafted breads. We do about 24 of those. And
did you do that at home before you did it in the restaurant?
And
really?
and I'm not a baker.
Well, don't say that. You are now.
Well, we have we've got some
belt.
wonderful bakers, but I'm not one of them.
Yeah. Okay.
We do. Tim Stratton's been with us from the beginning. He's our head baker, and he's a wonderful guy and a great baker. And so Karen and I had the vision, and we had some of the recipes, but we had to have help. We got help from a baker in Little Rock. We bought his recipes and taught us how to bake, and taught Tim how to bake this particular type of bread, and then we used a restaurant consultant out of Springfield who added to the recipes that we had over on the restaurant side. So we've got a bakery side and a restaurant side.
He married those together.
Yeah, we married those two together.
In the beginning, did you hear anyone say, "Don't ever go into the food business"?
Oh, sure. Yeah. In fact, we tell people that most people have had a dream of having a restaurant, but they were smart enough not to do it.
Yeah.
But we did it anime. But
it turned out well.
It has. We've been very blessed and got a great staff and a great following, and I'd like to tell you that we're genius in terms of we have a good mix for any type of weather, and which we do. But I can't take credit for that. But
what do you attribute your success to?
Great product, great service, clean restaurant. When people are asked the question, what's important to you when you go in a restaurant, number one is cleanliness, and number two is courteous service, and then the food, which you would think would be number one,
is not number one.
It's not number one. It's actually number three. So you just have to continuously concentrate on those areas, and it's not, I tell people when we hire them, this ain't rocket science, but it's not that easy either.
Right. How many people do you employ?
Actually, we have 38 people. And they're not all full-time, of course.
Right.
We have quite a few part-time people. We have probably a dozen full-time people. But we're open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and actually our bakers start at 3 o'clock in the morning. Wow. So we've got a staff of bakers, and then we make a lot of our stuff from scratch, and so we have a lot of people come in to do what we call
nothing frozen
prep.
shipped in then, right?
Well, we use some frozen products, yeah.
I mean, not your breads.
Oh, no. Our breads, we start with water and honey and yeast and flour. So just the very basics. And we have a 110-year-old grist mill that we grind our whole grains on. we use white flour too that we buy, but we also buy red and white wheat out of Montana and spelt and pumpernickel rye berries, and we grind them on a 110-year-old grist mill that came right from Boone County here.
But it's not in your restaurant. It's something.
Yeah, it's
you
there.
do it right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a room in the kitchen. It has its own room because it creates lots of dust. But it's fascinating to see the thing work.
Now you mentioned you're open from 7 to 8, but you feel like you live there?
No, I mean sure. In the early years, I did. I did live there, but we've got a great staff, and
That's good.
and so no, we're not there all the time. Of course, my partner is my wife Karen, and we've got a great partnership. I think most couples find it difficult to work together, but she does the financial side, which I'm not very good at, and I do the operations side, which she probably would be good at, but I get to do that part.
Well, so tell us some of the things that stand out in your mind as some of your specialties.
Well, I think if we're famous for anything, and we have been written up in some national publications, it's our tomato basil soup. We make that from scratch every morning, and it's very good. And our honey pecan chicken salad, we make it from scratch, and we use an all natural chicken breast for that, and so those are the two things that people, when they come in from travel, if they're travelers, they've heard, a lot of them have heard about that. So. And then the breads. Over on the bread side, our Woodstock bread, which is a 9-grain bread, is far and away the most popular bread, which is funny because when we started, we sampled our breads for people to try, and we just had to beg people to try that bread because we're all used to white bread and kind of a light wheat bread. And then to suggest that you do a 9-grain bread is kind of over the top.
But it's the bomb.
It's wonderful.
I mean,
and it's our #1 seller.
Yeah.
Second is our bronze honey wheat, which is a really nice bread. But we do a couple of dozen breads.
Now you open in the morning. You have rolls and like cinnamon rolls and muffins and different things like that.
We'll have
for breakfast.
12 or 14 different kinds of muffins, and we have these big cinnamon rolls.
These aren't little muffins. These are like muffins.
These are hearty. This hearty stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all made from scratch. We make these big cinnamon rolls and sticky buns. I guess caramel pecan rolls is the correct way of saying it, but we call them sticky buns.
Eat any of that stuff?
I do.
Do you really?
But I don't eat those every day.
I'll show you.
We have some really healthy
you have to
muffins.
roll him in.
Yeah, that's right. We have some really healthy muffins. I'll show you one of those after a while.
Good.
But, we have lots of tasty food. If you want to diet, we've got wonderful salads. We cut all our greens and all our fresh fruits.
Yeah, you have a green salad. One of the only in town that I really like to eat. I mean, you look at the salad and you go, "This is green."
Yeah.
And
it's
fruits.
Good. You offer
and we
fruit
cut our
salad.
fruits for every day, and so everything's fresh. We don't add any kind of preservatives of any kind. So it's just good natural stuff.
You also have a website that you can go and view a lot of information about Neighbor's Mill, as well as the menu.
Right.
And what is the website?
NeighborsMill.com.
Okay.
And we post we do a grilled sandwich special every day, and we serve 4 soups every day, and we post our sandwich special and our soup on our Facebook page every morning. So
become a member. I mean, a
follower.
Follower.
We've got like 1,300 followers.
That's good.
Yeah, and you can see that special today.
Yeah.
Well, enough about you. I want to get to the food.
There you go.
But we want to congratulate you on celebrating the 10th anniversary of being in business. What are you going to do for the next 10 years?
Well, we hope to do more of the same.
More of the
same. And we are very, very appreciative to the Harrison area and in Boone County and just the general area for supporting us.
We're glad to have a great establishment.
Thank you.
We're going to be back with Mike, and we're going to feature the most important part of Neighbor's Mill is the food, and we'll be back right after this.